Hello and welcome to By Its Own. Today we have with us Mr. Praveen Mantri, who is a civil engineer turned entrepreneur and who took inspiration from his sister's Cake Me Away business and started his own retail chain called Cake Me Away Retail. So let us know from this entrepreneur about his journey, his inspiration, and his whole shift from civil engineering to entrepreneurship. So let's go ahead and start our interview. Hello, Mr. Praveen. Good afternoon, actually. How are you doing today?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm doing good. What about you?
I am doing very well. Let's begin our interview then. So, my first question for you is when did you decide that you wanted to become an entrepreneur?
Okay. So, once I joined my plus two during college, that time only I had plans that I want to become an entrepreneur. But even I wanted to do a job with some company or organization. And after gaining some experience and knowledge, I wanted to become an entrepreneur. But my field was different. My thought process was different. I had decided to join into civil field only in the construction industries.
Okay.
But later on, some twist and turn happened in my life, and I started with this bakery outlet, which is the raw material store which I'm running at present.
Okay. What is this twist and turns that you're talking about?
There
If
were
you could
many
share it.
twists and turns which happened in my life. Actually, during my plus two days when I joined science, my dad never wanted me to join science. He
Oh,
always wanted me to do BCom or BBA because I belong to a Marwadi family.
right.
And Marwadis are good at business only. This is what everyone thinks. I don't
Right.
think so. So then at that moment of time, my dad said me not to do science. But I was like, no, I need to do science. I want to become a civil engineer. I want to run a construction firm at our place. So at that moment of time, he said, okay, fine, you do as you feel like. And then after my plus two got over, I had really got less scores in my 12th boards,
Okay.
due to which it was difficult for me to even get into any good engineering college.
Okay.
So through any sources or setting, whatever you say, I just got into some college which is situated at Khurda, Odisha only.
Okay.
And there, after completion of my BTech, I had thought of doing job. But what happened was at my college, the placement process was really nil. There were
Right.
no companies which has approached our college for placements.
Right.
And again, everything got shattered. My dad was like, why did you choose this BTech? What did you achieve? Nothing. Because there is no job, no scope, nothing at all. And then what happened later on at Bangalore, I have my cousin.
Okay.
He's a structural engineer. So through his reference, I got connected to some contractor and got a job over there. I was there at the job for site work for roughly around 4 to 5 months. But
Okay.
I really got frustrated of the job. I was like,
But
I wanted
sorry
some,
to interrupt you. You said that
yeah,
even though you took civil engineering as a subject, you wanted to make a business out of it in the end. तो
yes,
entrepreneurship का जो बुखार था वो तो बचपन से ही रहा है.
yes.
Absolutely. Okay, that is amazing. But what did your parents think when you said कि मतलब civil engineer मैंने कर engineering कर लिया है, but मुझे और नहीं करना है
Yes.
अभी. Because your parents actually told you before that मत लो.
No, actually, what happened after going to Bangalore, when I quitted the job over there after 4 to 5 months,
Right.
then I had actually come across some managerial course in civil industry only.
Okay.
So all kind of office works. You don't need to be at site always.
Right.
So there was a college at Pune named as National Institute of Construction Management and Research,
Okay.
which is one of the most renowned institutes in India. So I got admitted over there by clearing my exams and interview, whatever was the procedure. And after that, I did my post graduation in advanced construction management at Pune for two
Okay.
years. And the basic purpose why I joined the institute was I wanted a good job, but it should not be like only site related, because I didn't want to be only there at site. I even wanted to learn some managerial skills also.
Okay. Okay.
And then later on, again, some twist happened and I did not get a good job.
So the
Now I
small,
was
small
at a,
twists and turns led you to
yes,
doing something of your own. But honestly,
yes,
okay, the baking industry is completely different from what you used to do, right?
yes, yes. After my civil
Yeah.
industry also, I changed my stream and went into electrical field
Okay. And
because
what about your family?
yes,
Your
my
family
family
business?
business is into electrical only.
Okay, but your parents did not want you to become come in the electrical field or anything.
No, they always wanted me to come in that field. But as
Okay.
I had chosen civil engineering as my professionalism. So
Right.
it was difficult for me to choose electrical as my field right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because there was a situation at Pune where I was like, I got sure that I'm not getting good jobs. Now, what shall I do? I don't know. And I wanted to start something new. And at that moment of time, it's obvious. Firstly, I chose civil engineering. I did not get anything. Then I went for post graduation. Again, I had to shut it down. Then I came back, returned back home, and I talked to my dad that I want to join your business only. So he was like, "Then why did you do all this? Why did you spend so much of amount?" And then later on, I joined my family business, which was again into electrical field.
Right.
So my dad was running that business from past 35 to 40 years.
From 35 to 40 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Because during his childhood time, when he was around 16 to 18 years of old, he came from Rajasthan to Odisha
Okay.
to do some kind of job over here. And then later on, let's see what happens because
Right.
you have never seen your future. And
Absolutely.
then what happened after joining my family business, actually, I wasn't much interested in that business.
Hmm.
During my school days or even my college days, I was there at my home only. But I never used to go to my shop. I never used to see what's happening in the business line and all. Rather, all my friends belongs to commerce family only. They
Okay.
are all into business from plus two. And I have joined business, I guess, after 6 to 7 years.
Right. Right. But ऐसे एक बोल सकते हैं कि business is in your blood only. Obviously, your parents
Yes,
have
business
started
is
it.
in our blood. Yeah, yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So my next question is, what is the process? मतलब एक business को खड़ा
Yes.
करने के लिए क्या process होता है? What are the nitty-gritties? How do you start?
Okay. So it's not that easy to start any sort of business. Let it be anything. Let it be, for example, if you open just a business, for example, let's talk about a cobbler
Hmm.
who is just polishing the shoes. So
Right.
until and unless you learn how to polish the shoes, you cannot start the business
Right.
because you even know the investment is just nothing.
Right.
Hardly 1,000 rupees you need to invest. You just need to sit on the roadside and you need to polish the shoes only.
Right.
So just that way, if we see, running a business is really very tough. And especially when I started my business just after the lockdown.
Hmm.
So you know the market scenario, what was the scenario during that
Absolutely.
moment of time.
Yes. But what is the
And
process? How do you like? What are the say? First, you have to say structure your finance, and then you do look at operations. So
yes,
can you give us that process in a little bit?
yes, definitely I will give you. So what's the process that one should follow is firstly, you need to find out that what in which field you are going into.
Right.
Firstly, when you decide the field, then you need to find out what's the market scenario.
So research.
Means, yes, you need to do lots of research. You
Right.
need to see who are the competitors already existing in the market. What new can you do in the market? For example, if I'm running this, you are doing the same business at my place from the past 10 years. So obviously, I will keep an eye on you that what do you supply and what new can I add on in my product list so that more customers grab with me.
Right.
And after going through the market scenario, you need to see the financial stability, that how much you need to invest in this business
Right.
and how much return you will get. For example, if you have invested 1 lakh rupees, so obviously if you get a good return, then only you will get into this business or else you won't. And no one will support you also. Neither your parents, nor your friends, nor your relatives. No one will do that. Because when I started my business, my dad was like, for example, if you have invested 1 lakh rupees, how much you can get in return? So I said, I will get a good profit margin in return. So he was satisfied with it. And then he started supporting me. That fine, okay. Because initially all the investments were made from my end only. Because at that moment of time, my dad was like, whether we should do, whether we should not. He was in a confused mind. But I was in a stable mind that I want to go. I want to do something.
Right.
Let's see what happens. If I get into losses, then again I will join my family business. Or else I'm happy with what I'm doing right now.
Right. So you spoke about losses. That got a very good question in my mind. That is, when in the first attempt, okay, someone fails
Yes.
in their business, then how do you, like, what do you do after that? How do you start again? How do you gather that courage to start again? Because I believe it takes a lot of courage to start one's own
Yes.
business. As you said, it's not easy. So then when one fails,
Yes.
what do you think is the process after that? Like, how do you begin again?
So if such a situation happens,
Right.
for example, I started my business. I had invested 1 lakh rupees.
Right.
And suppose in case I incurred a loss of 50,000 rupees in the first month, or let it be in the second month of my business.
Right.
So you need to make some strategical plans that why did you fail? What was the mistake? What was the thing lagging behind? For example, you meet your competitor, you go visit their shop, purchase any random thing, but ask the rates for 100 of items present over there. So at least you'll get an idea that, okay, fine, he is selling at 90, I was selling at 120. So my first mistake was this, that my prices were varying a lot in the market. Because you are new into the market. So obviously you will be like, fine, let me get good margins, let me do good business. But obviously it's not that easy that you get good margins in every product. There might be products you get good margin, there might be products you get hardly anything. So you need to manage both the things together. So what you need to do is, according to me, what I feel,
Right.
you just go see your competitors, what are they doing? What are the prices they are selling at the market? And then only you decide that what price you could sell it efficiently in the market and you could grab more customers into you.
Right. So how do you?
And that way only you will grow.
Right. So look at your
Yes.
failures, look at what went wrong, and then strategize accordingly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is a very good thing. And you also spoke about competitors. Now, as Cake Me Away, how did that idea come to you to start Cake Me Away retail? As I already mentioned that it was a sister, but if you could tell us a little bit more about it.
Yes, definitely. So we did not had such plans to launch this Cake Me Away retail outlet. As my sister was a home baker, her page Cake Me Away was already running.
Right.
So most of the time, what used to happen is many people used to ask us for raw materials.
Okay.
They used to be like, we will give you the amount, just tell us how much amount will it cost for the raw materials. You even get raw materials for us also along with you.
Right.
So that moment of time, we saw that many of the customers were coming, approaching us. And the market scenario was such that the competition level was very less at that present moment of time.
Right.
And we were pretty aware about that because at times when we used to need some raw materials urgently, then my sister didn't used to find them because it wasn't available in the market only.
Okay.
And she used to procure it from other states, mostly from Calcutta and Delhi she used to procure because it wasn't available at our place only.
Right.
So that moment of time, it just got striked off in our mind that during the lockdown, we found many of the people were home bakers.
Right.
Many, not just one or two. There were hundreds.
Many, absolutely.
Yes. And those home bakers, we saw that just after the lockdown, we are finding that they are having an Instagram page. They are doing business of their bakery.
Right.
So we saw that this time is the perfect time to get into this business.
Right.
Because every business has some typical season, occasion, accordingly you go on. But bakery field, there is no season, no occasion. For every occasion, you need a cake.
Right. Absolutely.
And nowadays, it's like, even if it's your birthday, I guess at least 5 to 10 cakes you cut down a day.
True. True.
Yes. So obviously the bakery field is expanding day by day, and it will keep expanding because the business is such that you don't need any particular season. It's your birthday, you cut the cake. It's your anniversary, you cut the cake. Yes. For any occasion, you start cutting the cakes. For any occasion.
That's right.
So this is the way. What we did was, we used her Instagram page. We started posting raw materials products that we have started selling raw materials also. And then we started getting good response from the people everywhere. People used to ask us, what's the cost? What's the price? Can you get some other products also? We are really interested to buy from you. So this was the way. Yes, it started all on Instagram.
And now you have your own shop in Odisha.
Yes.
Okay, that is quite interesting. You know, especially during the lockdown to start something is so risky, and people may think 10-10, knowing the whole situation.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Very courageous of you to start something. And, you know, you also spoke of competitors before. My question is, how does Cake Me Away Retail distinguish itself from its competitors?
Okay. So what we basically do is, as many competitors are there in the market, there are competitors in the market.
Right.
Majority of my products and their products are same also. Okay. Because few good brands which are running in the market, which people love to buy, I even supply them, they even supply the same.
Okay.
Might be they give some rates differently, some products differently. I give some products differently as compared to theirs also. But what I did was, out of the box, nowadays there are many new cake items which are coming into picture. For example, you might have heard about that pinata cake, which you hit with the hammer. Yes. So those pinata cakes, the molds, the hammers, my competitors, they did not used to supply them, but I was supplying them because I knew the market is demanding that.
Right.
They even were aware that the market is demanding that, but they were itself busy with their own supply only. Right. Because they have a huge chain of supply of their existing products.
So you cannot,
and what we had decided that,
like, you cannot just think, oh, this is what, like, I will give the customer account to what I think will work. You have to know your customer very well.
Yes, so you need to know what your customers want.
Yeah, and then how do you then build a strong customer base then? Because customer is the king, ideally.
Yes.
So how do you then build a strong customer base so that they keep coming, so that you have loyal customers throughout?
First thing is, you need to maintain a good relationship with them.
Right.
But until and unless you are maintaining a good relationship, you are friendly with them, you even solve down the queries. If they have any queries, you can answer them.
Right.
It should be like, they should get familiar to you. They should feel like we are not talking to any shopkeeper or any shop owner for any products. They should be friendly with me. They should feel like, okay, we are talking to someone who is known to us,
right,
who is helping us even in guiding the raw materials, and who is even helping us in providing us the best raw materials.
Right.
So first and the foremost point is maintaining a good customer relationship. Because what comes first is customer's relationship. Right. Until and unless you maintain a good relationship, no one will be coming to you. No matter you sell them at 50 rupees lesser than the market price, no one will be coming to you. Right. Because when I started it, few of my customers, I used to ask them that, before you used to purchase from the other supplier who is my competitor, and right now why are you purchasing from me? Means what made you purchase from me?
Right.
Because you were already getting all the products over there only.
Absolutely.
And I'm also giving the same rates. Neither there is a difference in price, nor there is a difference in anything. So few of my customers said me one thing, that when we are talking to you, we feel that you are respecting us in all way. Even if a product is damaged, if we tell you that it is damaged, you will tell that, okay, fine, return it back. I have no worries. The bus delivery charges, even I will bear it, no matter whatever be the charges. Right. And with few of my customers, this incident had happened, that the existing supplier, once or twice, they had some difficulties in some products. For example, the product was expired, the product had some damage or anything. And that moment of time, the supplier did not respond them back. So this created a misrelationship between them.
Right.
And what is there is what people are lagging behind right now.
So communication and understanding
Yes,
your customer. So customer relationship, basically your relationship with the customer, sorry, is very important. And also how to
yes,
deal with the problems is very important. Absolutely. So I think then you have
yes,
hit the nail over there and gotten to your customers well. Um,
yes,
how do you measure your success? Now you have started, say about it's been 7 months, right? If I'm not wrong.
yes,
7 months. So in 7 months, you must have seen your company growing and going through different phases. So how would you
yes.
define your success at the end of the day? What is your
Okay.
definition? How will you measure it?
So according to me, success, you cannot measure like you have taken an inch tape and started measuring success.
Right.
So success is a pathway in which, I mean, you need to see yourself growing day by day. You need to
Right.
see that how many new people, how many new customers you are adding daily into your business.
Right.
No matter even they are purchasing it from you or not. At
Hmm.
least once you have inquired them, once you have informed them that you are into this business, we also start supplying this. You can get it from our place rather than from our competitors from whom you are purchasing already.
Right.
So success is a monotonous thing. I think that you cannot measure it accordingly. You need to measure it according to a fact that how is your business growing daily?
Right.
How are you maintaining your customers daily?
Right.
And how are you adding on new customers into your business? This is what you can measure success with.
Absolutely. That is very insightful. And a lot of people who must be watching us, some of them may want to become entrepreneurs or maybe student entrepreneurs. So, what piece of advice would you want to give the newly graduating or the college graduates who want to become entrepreneurs? Also, because you have also started an NGO when you were in college, and if you could just give us also some insights, some advice, to those who want to start a business of their own.
Okay. So obviously after the college days, many of them want to become an entrepreneur. Not many, I think everyone wants to become an entrepreneur in life. But
Right.
it's not easy for everyone to become an entrepreneur. Some becomes, some doesn't. So what will be my advice to all the entrepreneurs after the college days? Just make sure that after you have completed your education, just find out what are you interested in,
Hmm.
which field you want to go, what you want to do. Obviously everyone has a dream and everyone wants a dream to come true.
Right.
So my first point of view will be that once you have decided that you want to do something, you want to start something, go for it, give a try. Because until you try, you will never succeed. And until you succeed, you will never get to know that what I can achieve in my life, what all potentials I have in myself. Because during college days, there might be teachers, your parents who might be criticizing. You got so less marks, what you will do in future. But really, at the end of the day, marks doesn't matter.
Right.
I even got 50% in my plus two, but still I'm an entrepreneur. So
Right.
for me, mark doesn't matter. And I found that really in a correct way that marks aren't a matter of factor. For jobs, they are matter of factor because you will not get a good job if you don't have good scores. And that's the reason I did not get a good job.
But then you have something of your own also. So the most important thing is to believe in yourself and just know, once you know
Yes,
what you want to do, just
you
go
need
for
to
it.
believe in yourself. You need to motivate yourself daily.
Right.
You don't need to wait for someone to come and motivate you because no one will be coming and motivating you.
Right.
Yes.
How do you then find
Because
motivation?
people are there who criticize you also. People
Absolutely.
will be there who will let you go down. There are more people you will find this way rather than those people who will motivate you.
True. People will try to put you down rather than motivating you.
Yes.
Yes. So that was quite a good advice. But I would like to ask and direct my last question at you That is,
Yes.
how do you as an entrepreneur motivate yourself every day when you know that there are people who would want to bring you down, when you know that they may be competitors who are better than you?
Yes.
So how do you then motivate yourself?
So, firstly, I always remain happy.
Hmm.
Let it be even if I have a good business day or a bad business day,
Right.
I always smile. I always ensure that I'm happy, and I always keep my happiness into me. I keep motivating myself
Right.
by looking for different things, looking for different customers, might be different products. Because throughout social media platform, you have hundreds of distributors available.
Absolutely.
You can find distributor at any place. So I try to get connected to few. I start few doing business with few. I don't even reply to few if the prices are higher side.
Right.
So what I do is I keep boosting up myself only. And you need to boost up yourself from your inside only. No one
Right.
will be coming and boosting you up every day. Because at times I have that no customer visit my shop.
Hmm.
At times the situation is that only.
Right. So you need to have that conviction that you will be able to do it, and then every day just, you know, motivate
Yes.
yourself and do some research and just keep
Yes.
yourself
At
going, not
least
stopping.
start your day happily and end it happily. Then
A
everything will be
positive light,
smooth in your life.
absolutely.
Yes.
Well, that
Because
was
the COVID situation, even you know, how's the situation?
yes,
Everyone is worried about what will happen next, what will happen next. But you cannot define what will happen next.
true, true.
Yes.
That is some very
So
wise words that
for
you.
that COVID reason, you cannot stop believing or you cannot stop motivating you that might be I get affected with COVID, might be something happen to me. This is not the way you will learn anything in
Don't
life.
just think negatively. You need to just push
Yes.
yourself and just go for it without thinking, oh,
Yes.
मतलब क्या बुरा हो सकता है, के बजाय हम ये देख सकते हैं कि
Yes.
क्या अच्छा हो सकता है, हम क्या अच्छा कर सकते हैं. That is something very
Yes.
good and on point that you have said.
Yes.
And on
Because
that
if you
note,
take safety precautions and all, I don't think COVID will even disturb you or your family.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
That is
But
very
here in this case, you cannot say anything because it's such a viral disease that you cannot define it.
true, true, true. But at least we have
Yeah.
people like you, entrepreneurs like you, who have, as I said, who have been very courageous and who started their own businesses. So that definitely
Yes.
motivates others ki that if you can also do it, definitely other people can start something of their own.
Yes.
And there is
Because
some
just
hope.
after the lockdown only I started my
Right,
business.
right, right.
So it was a risk-taking factor for me only.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, that you
Yeah.
have taken that risk, and people must be
Yes.
looking at it and saying that, oh, maybe we can also take this risk. So thank you so much for giving us your time, for talking to us and explaining to us more about entrepreneurship, about your dream, and what inspired you. And I'm sure the people in the audience also uh, may feel more courageous now to take that one step, even though they know the situation may not be that good. So thank you so much, and all the best for Kick Me Away Retail.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.